Start. Hello friends, and welcome to our channel RoseandRagh. So today the topic that we are covering for you is the cost of living in the UK, and of course we'll be covering all the different costs here. We've categorized it into different points, so that will give you an idea of just an estimate of how much it will cost you to live in countries like UK, in different parts of UK of course. And please note, if it's areas in London or surrounding London, the costs may vary a bit, because obviously London is the capital and you've got lots of big companies and everything, so yeah, it's quite expensive compared to the other cities.
Cool.
So let's dive in.
Perfect. Right, so the first basic thing is rent. So let's say you are a professional and you're staying with, let's say, two people or maybe one, your partner, and for 2-bedroom it will cost you somewhere around 650 to 700 pounds. If you're living close to city centers, again, you have to match up with another 50 pounds on it. But if you're living at least away from the city center, then it's going to cost for 2-bedroom at least like 600 pounds or maybe 550 pounds. But then if it is for one single bedroom, it's going to cost like 450 to 500 pounds per month. So that's the cost for most of the places in UK except London, because in London it's going to cost you like 4,000, quite a lot, 4,000 maybe 5,000 pounds per. It depends upon the area as well. Cool. And the next one, which is the council tax. There is a concept called council tax. So for every area, a particular council is responsible for that area's cleanliness and just to take care of general security and things like that, like emptying the bins, just keeping the area clean. So it's always preferable to live in an area where the council is actually really responsible in terms of keeping the area clean. So if people pay the council tax regularly, you can obviously see the difference, that the area is always good, pleasant and nice to visit, because the parks around, everything is well maintained as well. To contrast to the areas where council tax is not paid regularly, maybe by most residents, you can actually see a reflection of that in the area as well. Like I mentioned, you'll see a lot of trash lying around and a lot of mess around. So by the way, there are some slums in the UK as well, so don't get don't get scared. So it depends on the council as well, which council is maintaining that area, and of course if people in that area are actually paying the council tax on time or not. But the average council tax is all about like 140 pounds to 160 pounds per person. But then, if you're living with your partner on something, it won't add up like double, but at least it will be like another 30 pounds extra on it. But if you're living in London, probably it will be lesser for the council tax, because you will have like other taxes, the rent and everything else is a bit high, so council tax is a bit low. So that's how it is. So 140 pounds, let's say, on an average per month, you have to pay for the council tax. And for the students, you guys are lucky because you don't have to pay for the council tax. You can just get an exemption certificate from your university, and then you don't have to pay it. So cool. And the next one, which is transportation cost / car. Cool. Well, the transportation really good. The public transportation is really good in UK. So you don't have to worry about anything. So there are 3 kinds of transportation. Let's say it is a bus, as well as the car, as well as the train, as well as the tram. If it is a bus, you have to pay at least like 18 pounds per month per week. I think to categorize it, you've got weekly passes, monthly passes, yearly passes across all of those modes of transport. It's just the price varies, and the area where you live also sort of has a dependency of the price. We would recommend taking a monthly pass, because you can make unlimited journeys in that desired area or that route, unlimited times as well, of course, and that sort of is pocket friendly for most people. With the train tickets, it can tend to be a bit expensive, especially if you're traveling from one city to another, so it's always good to just be pre-planned. But for instance, if you have to go from Manchester to London, it would cost you a train ticket about 80 pounds minimum. Sometimes 160 pounds as well. It just depends in which season you're going as well. Exactly, and what time you're actually going. So if you're going in the rush hour, it's going to cost maybe 180 pounds as well. But coming to the trams and buses, it's going to cost you somewhere around 18 pounds per week. And you can calculate how much it's going to be for 4 weeks as a month. And if you are traveling by a car, I mean, it's easy and cheaper to maintain a car, just in case if you are living with your family. And then the fuel costs about 1 litre, I think 1 litre of diesel or petrol, the both cost around £1.12 or something. So it's not too expensive. But the only thing is you have to pay extra road tax if you own a car. Road tax, how it works is, if you own a new car, like brand new from the showroom, you're going to be exempted for first 3 years. But after that, you have to pay around somewhere £180 to £250 or something. So it depends upon, what is the age of the car. And for your car as well, there's
there's a mandatory MOT check that you've got to do every year. This is like a health checkup for your car, just making sure that your tires, your brakes, etc. works properly. And the showroom people or the company people will actually give you a certificate saying your car is fit for use and can be driven across the UK. If you fail to get this certificate, then you will be caught, and you'll have different special effects for such things, consequences.
And for this one, it's going to cost £60 for the checkup.
Right.
But other than that, if you have to obviously change your tires and whatnot.
Yeah, maintain your car in the best possible condition, and especially people who are coming from different countries to settle in the UK, just make sure you fit into all these criteria properly, because you don't want anything affecting your visa at the end of the day, because everything else is linked to your visa. So whether it's things like these or any points that you get on your license, different things like that, it will affect your visa extension. So make sure your record is beautiful and clean and spec free.
Cool. And the next one, which is hospitals.
Yeah.
Hospitals are free, which is NHS, so it's government regulated and absolutely free.
When we say free, what we mean is each time when you do a visa extension, they do take a bulk amount from that they charge, like a medical expenses charge. Whether or not you take advantage of the services, you will definitely be charged each time you extend your visa. So it's like you're paying beforehand. But generally for the UK residents, it is free.
It is free, but then every time you have to pay like £400 something whenever you go for this visa extension. So that's covered. But then you also have a private hospitals, but it's better to take insurance, like £15 per month or something. So that's there. And the schools are like two types of schools.
You've got your private schools, and then you've got your government schools as well. Government schools are absolutely free. We've heard that they do good curriculums as well, and it's different. It's based in different local areas, right? So if a person is living in local area A, that person is supposed to go to the local area school, which is local area school A, and that's how it's broken down as well. Whereas the private schools are very expensive. They would cost about £13,000 per year, which is equivalent to 13 lakhs or 14 lakhs in our currency, in the Indian currency.
Cool. And the next one, which is groceries. Groceries all depend upon how much you actually use per week. But on an average, for two people, it's going to cost you £50 to £60 per week.
Sometimes if you're like me and you go crazy with lots of different recipes and all that, it can cost you £150-170 as well, but depends on your eating habits. So
Cool. The next one is movies. I really like the concept of movies, movie halls over here, because you have a concept of unlimited movies. Like if you take unlimited cards for let's say 1 year, and you have to pay £20 per month, and then you can watch as much as movies you can. Otherwise, if you don't like this concept, there is you can
just pay for one particular show. But it's sort of better for you to go for this, because per ticket would cost you like £15 on an average, whereas this monthly sort of unlimited card would cost you £20 or so, where you can watch unlimited movies. And if you're movie buffs like us, which you already probably have figured out, especially looking at our previous vlog, we love watching movies of different languages, etc. So this particular option comes in very handy for us.
Absolutely. And the next one, which is utilities can be broken down into gas,
electricity, and your water bill as well. So in some houses you see there's a gas provision as well as electricity provision. In some new build places where you've got newly constructed houses, it's all electric, whereas water bill of course is constant across different households. So this would fall into what price category would you say?
Well, if it is electricity and gas, you're going to pay about like £60 to £80 per month. And for water you have to pay again £60 and between 50 to 60 per month. It depends upon your usage, of course. This is
and then it's all like calculated on a meter reading as well. So the company people will either come and take your meter, or if it's a smart meter, they'll be notified straight away, and that way they will break down your costs and they'll make you pay for it.
And then the good thing about utilities is, you have like 10 or probably 20 providers in the market, so it's up to you.
Which provider you want to opt for, it's entirely up to you.
Cool. And we covered the road tax, and we covered the MOT. And the next important thing is the broadband. The broadband comes with a package, internet package, which comes with your wireless thing as well as Wi-Fi as well as your landline. Only few providers will provide you only the Wi-Fi without the landline. But then it's going to cost you. We are paying about £26 at the moment per month. But then we get like 50 GB download and 15 GB or 20 GB upload, and you know the cost is going to increase. Like,
so if you need a greater speed or whatever the option is that you would like to avail, you can obviously speak to your provider. That way your price will increase as well. This was best for us, so we chose this.
Cool. Next one, phone contract. So 2 types of phone contracts. You want to go?
I've forgotten what the first one is.
The 2 types of phone contract. I mean, if you want the phone as well as the SIM, you're going to pay on an average. I mean, if you're taking like the new device in the market, let's say iPhone 165 version or something, I'm just making it up.
Which will happen, we know that.
So you have to pay about like £60 or £70 sometimes, you know, but if you're going for like only SIM, like if you already own a device and if you're only going for the SIM, your average price will be about like £20, and then you have like different price range for free internet, like unlimited internet.
It depends on the package as well. If you're going for unlimited data, unlimited texts and call minutes, etc., then there's a different amount, whereas if you've got limits on your data usage, different things, it's a different amount. So again, each to their own, whatever you feel is right for you.
Absolutely. And the next one, which is gym, which is optional, of course.
Again,
and gym costs about like £20 to £25 per month, and it depends upon your area as well. If you're in London, it's gonna go like maybe £45-50 per month, but except London, it's gonna cost you on an average £20 to £25. Cool. And then we have employment tax. We're not going too much detail into employment tax, but we're gonna give you like the slab rate. They're gonna cut you 20% of whatever your earnings are. Let's say I'm earning £10 per year, and they're gonna cut 20%, as in, so they're gonna take £2 and you're gonna left with £8, but then you have another tax as well, and I think it's probably like 5% or something. I'm not really sure.
Is that included in the 20%?
No.
Oh, so there's 20% employment tax, and then you've got 5% NI tax.
I think it's
lots of other taxes.
I'm not really sure about 5%, but you know, some employees
20% is the employment tax, but this will be going high as well based on the news that we've had post-pandemic. It will go up to 23 or 25% very soon.
Absolutely. And the last one,
which is very good news there, but
and the last one, which is the pub entrance as well as the club entrance. I mean, if you want to go for the pubs, it's absolutely free, but if you want to go to the clubs, some clubs, I mean most of the clubs, they do have like an entrance fees, and then so you have to pay for your booze.
And then of course other places of leisure, you know, it could be bowling alley or some sort of other different places. It could be like a badminton court or a cricket field or whatever. It depends on how many hours you book it for and things like that. So those costs also would start off from £20, I believe, and then it would go up.
And then the best thing for the students is you don't have to pay for the council tax for the students, because that is exempted for you. And then if you're sharing the room with your friends, as in let's say 4 people are sharing 2-bedroom house, and then it's
so I remember when I came in here for the first time, obviously because we've come from India, and you know that £1 is equivalent to either 70 rupees or 100 rupees. Back then. You would just multiply that cost in your head. So every little thing that you buy, you think, India made this would cost so much, and that calculation would go on. Initially when you come through, that is definitely going to happen, but slowly as you get used to it, you'll be fine.
And then you'll
save yourself a heart attack or whatever, but But guys, it's always good to be prepared and understand what the cost of living is, especially if you're planning to come to a different country. Always come prepared. This is just a slab kind of rate that we mentioned. As discussed, this changes in different cities, but you can expect this as a slab kind of rate going ahead.
So we also have many videos on different like travel, adventure, and as well as we also covered like one, you know, house into the house, how the
interior house video, just to give you a glimpse of how houses look inside the UK with respect to interior design and stuff as well. Do check out those vlogs as well. And if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to drop us your thoughts in our comment section, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
And thanks a lot for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like this video. And also if you have any other recommendations or suggestions, please by all means please put those comments in the comment section.
Of course. So stay happy, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye.